Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM. You join us in Trev's Micra, ready to do something that we three have never done before.
So, the Cambridge Car Club has invited us to do Autosolo, or auto testing as you might know it as, here at Debden Airfield.
And one of the things about this is I have absolutely no idea what this is.
No, so I vaguely know what it is. I'm pretty sure Trev vaguely knows what it is, and we've just dragged Lawrie along because Lawrie couldn't compete. He didn't have a working car.
I did have a working car. When this was offered to us, I had a working car, then it stopped working.
Then you didn't have a working car.
And now it is working again.
It was working yesterday.
Day before.
Day before yesterday it was working.
As we approach midnight,
It's not...
how would you sum up...
Is it?
How would you sum up the 106 in YouTube-friendly terms?
Abysmal.
Are you enjoying putting the bolts, which are impossible to get onto, to reattach my...
No, I'm really not, actually.
Moving away from the subject of when my car did or did not work, and onto the question of what exactly is Autosolo. At its heart and most basic, it's time trials around a course, set up by a club on places like a car park or an airbase like today, where cars from different makes, models and engine sizes can all compete together with no real modifications needed, making it one of the most accessible forms of motorsport. But in order to get here, we had to be up super early.
It is 6:01
AM, just to clarify. AM.
On a Sunday as well.
Yep. Somewhere we have made very poor decisions. One of which is being outside Matt's house waiting for Matt.
I don't know why. I don't know. I just can't. I can't even do anything this morning. The one thing I do have to say is why can't these things just start? You know, a couple of hours later.
Having acquired ourselves a mat, we hit the road and eventually found ourselves at our destination. And as it got light, we found that several others were there too.
There's another 106 and a Clio, whatever it is, Saxo, that thing. 106, many cars. Is that a Rover? A 75 or a MGZR? Don't know. Search and rescue, apparently. Don't know. And stuff in there. So it's all exciting. I have literally no idea where we're going. Literally no idea. Matt thinks he's know what he's doing. Don't worry guys, I'm no longer on public roads, so filming as I'm driving, totally legal. Now, I don't know where we're going. Trev's following me over there, and there's another car following us, so we may be going the wrong way. We don't really know at this stage. We're just kind of driving up here. It's a bit strange. When I say a bit strange, I mean it's very strange. Oh no, we are in the right place. Matt has done well. He chose wisely. Not only did he find where the porta potty is, he found where the rest of the lineup are of cars and the single burger van, which oh, good indicating, Matt, good work. Let's just roll off the course. Yep, fine. Nice.
The first thing that the guys had to do was they had to take their cars for being scrutinised. Scrutiny. Yeah, scrutiny. Which, yeah, it was like fun. And Trev found that the little 106 in front of him has done half the mileage of mine and is for sale for 300 quid, so that's hugely depressing. And so off they go. I'm not taking part because I was meant to be doing something else, so they're going off for scrutineering. As I sit in my nice, warm little Peugeot 106, I really feel very sorry for the guy in the cage room. Now I feel even more sorry for the guy in the cage room. Oh dear. Scrutineering didn't actually take that long, and soon they returned. Appearing through the rain-speckled window is Trev, having passed scrutineering, possibly, with one headlight that works.
Apparently he thought it was A01, so
Yes,
I might need to put a tail.
that's what I told you. It was A01. This side,
Didn't look like a 1.
this side looks like a 9. The other side is definitely a 1. That's definitely a 1.
You don't have to make it a 9.
With Trev improving his sign to say 9, our thoughts turned to how the day would play out.
I'm not going easy on my car. So this is the first time the Starlet's really been out. It's been on the road a week. So this is going to be relatively interesting today.
Trev, you're not exactly renowned for your
Navigation? Yeah.
I'm very good when I've already got the GPS in front of me, but looking at a paper map, remembering it, and then trying to do it very quickly, it's going to test me.
Do they do GPS for this? So you can have it.
I don't know. That's the other thing. In the games, it's always like light bars, isn't it? So you kind of know where you're going.
And gives you braking
You've
sense
got a
as
big
well.
arrow, yeah.
Yeah, so something we've not done before, but actual legitimate kind of beginner motorsport, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
These two will obviously be competing against each other. I haven't done it, so I'm just going to be in the background filming and laughing, probably. And a big thank you for Cambridge Car Club for inviting us along, and we're going to kind of show you what happens.
Good cheap day in motorsport.
Yeah, well, is it? And I mean, I guess the big thing is it's not just about cars, is it's driving ability, how well you can control a car. It's not necessarily the fastest car wins, is it?
No, it's very driver mod is the best mod you can do to your car for Autosolo, very much so.
The driver mod.
The driver mod. Put a good driver in it.
Yeah.
Before we could go and attack the so-called tests, we were given the maps of the different courses for us to try and commit to memory. The principle is fairly self-explanatory. You have to go through the gates in numerical order. You get it wrong, your time is invalid. And we were also given the opportunity to walk them before we started to help commit it to memory. Following the driver's briefing, Trev was up first in the mighty Nissan Micra, which featured a CVT gearbox, something not necessarily associated with motorsport events. As Trev finished his very energetic run, there was a 106 roaring around in the background, showing us how it was done. Really throwing the little car around and actually cocking the back wheel up. And as soon as he was done, it was time for Matt to show us what he was made of. After the excitement of the first race, what were the times that Matt and Trev managed? Well, nothing, because they were both disqualified for going the wrong way around this roundabout, meaning that everything was still to play for on the next course. The day worked with the different classes of car moving between a number of courses, meaning that there was always something going on, and the variety of cars was great. And just like that, it was time for the second course, with the Micra up first once again. This time, Trev was hoping he would be able to successfully complete the course and get a time.
Ten, 11, 12.
Trev had failed to complete the course, and just to add insult to injury, then we saw the more seasoned drivers come out to show us how it was done, including this guy out in a muggy Micra, which I thought was awesome. It was also driven by Philip James, whose company, Colton Building Group, was sponsoring the event. And then the chap in the Peugeot 106 appeared again. Next up was Matt, desperate this time to actually put a time in. This time, Matt indeed had got himself the time, and as we broke for lunch, some of the other competitors took pity upon Trev and set about trying to help him to achieve a half-decent lap time.
There is an electric one somewhere in the boot.
As we spoke to them about the highs and the lows and the inner story of Autosolo, it transpired that actually one of the best cars that we could have bought was in fact the K11 Nissan Micra, although the one fitted with the manual transmission rather than Trev's CVT. And with lunch over, we headed back down towards the courses, although this time we had to travel to the other end of the runway to take part in the remaining 2 layouts. And as we lined up, it really did illustrate the variety of cars at the event. As we queued and waited our turn, this time some of the more hardcore people were out and about who were really showing us how to do it. Once again, Trev was up first and headed out onto the course. Now, to say that there were 2 very different categories is a little bit of an understatement, with one side of the action being notably more interesting than the other.
Hey, I actually did one without missing a gate. I can do it!
Next up was Matt, who was bringing his serious game. Perhaps a little too serious, as getting this close to the cones had resulted on a scratch down the side of his car. However, it had resulted in a good time, of which Matt was pretty happy with. And whilst we waited for the next section, we sat back and watched the people who knew what they were doing. It was the last course, and Trev was determined to get at least one good time. I didn't even get a chance to see how well Trev had done because Matt was up next. day drawing to an end, but still being high on excitement, the two drivers set off to return to the car park, completely forgetting about me. So I had to walk.
So, with that, nobody's died.
The cone's dead.
Yeah, how many did you hit?
4. You might not have seen one. One technically didn't count.
There is a line down the side of your car now. You've got 2 separate...
I believe there's several lines on the and then a bit of a knock on the front. But the front bumper was so bad you can't even tell. Good thing I'm wrapping the car.
That was not a light impact. The cone entered the stratosphere.
I nearly did it to another one even harder as well, but I slammed on the brakes for that one.
The thing that's very interesting is, how many cones did you hit, Trevor?
None.
That's because he wasn't near the cones, because he went the wrong way.
I was getting lost, just driving around. Taking in the sights. Really.
Did you go backwards at one point?
It was amazing. Well, you did. I saw you go, no, back up.
Yes, that was when I was about to hit the cone.
It's been great, like, watching from the sidelines, and I'd be like, there goes Trev. It's slow. It's probably not...
Hey, I wasn't that slow. I got some good times.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah, one of them became level 5.
I think we should point out where we came on our leaderboard of our class.
Oh, do you know where you came?
Yes. Trev was last. And I was not second to last.
Oh.
I was third from last.
But we're getting better.
I want to point out...
Well, there's nowhere for you but up. I mean, you literally can't get any worse if you're at the bottom.
This is far harder than I thought it was.
I thought there were going to be bigger signs, like the fact it's just a cone with a cone on the outside kind of pointing you meant to go the other side.
Yeah, so at mine and Trev's first couple of runs, we're basically considering a write-off, because the Autosolo, we know it has a little arrow on the number and that points you which direction you need to go on the cone. And these didn't have that, so we were a bit lost on our first few runs, and I think both of us in our first 3 runs, I think you got 3 wrong tests and I got 2 wrong tests in our first 3 runs.
I did see him when he got his first result. He just sat there going...
And then we realised they had laid down some cones, which was actually what was pointing the correct way, which makes sense, but no one had told us.
There does seem to be, for newcomers, a lack of kind of, this is what they kind of, there seems to be a level that they expect you to know what's going on.
Yeah.
There was one person who spoke to you, gave you some advice.
Yeah.
I actually got to speak to one of the marshals, and he said that if it wasn't due to the current climate with everything that's going on in the world,
there would be a lot more.
There would be a lot more, and also sometimes the marshals will sit in with you.
Oh, really?
The first couple of tests.
Okay, but obviously we can't do that because of the COVID, and again the 1 car limit on 1 person in each car.
But it does mean that next year, because they do about 6 or 7 of these a year, if we wanted to do a series, we could actually start and actually have our starter knowledge.
Oh, we could actually do it. We could actually do this. We could actually do this as a series.
Yeah, because the most important thing is this was really good fun.
Yeah, and it cost us. Actually, I've not even used a quarter of a tank of petrol.
No. So yeah, you've not damaged. You've still got good. Well, your tyres are still there.
They're a bit warm and a bit scrubbed.
But it's not like a track day where you legitimately go through a set of tyres and a set of brakes.
Yeah.
So it's not killed the car. Mm-hmm. It's been quite good fun. As a punter watching filming, it's been quite entertaining watching. Because the best thing about it, like, I don't particularly enjoy, say, Formula 1 because all the cars are the same. Formula 1 enthusiasts, you're wrong. They are just carbon copies of each other.
Yes.
They are the same things. There's so many different cars with the different classes, and everything kind of meshes together. And as a car enthusiast, it's just been fantastic. We've been walking around looking at the cars.
Watching Shod go around in circles.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's for a day out, just watching cars going around. It's fantastic. And then to take part, I'm very jealous that I didn't get to take part because it looks really good fun.
It is genuinely quite good fun. It's, like I say, far harder than you think it would be at first, but once you get in the knack of it, you start to build a picture of how they build an auto test course. So you start to understand, all right, well, this is a slalomy bit here, and then that's a bit where you go around in a circle, and you stop looking at the numbers so much and you feel where the track's supposed to be, and once you've got it down, it generally does come together.
I'm going to have to take your word for that because I haven't done it.
Well, then you hit a cone and then it comes apart again, but it's generally been quite good fun.
The only thing I have against it is that because it's on an airbase on a runway, there is nothing around, and today has been bitterly cold.
Yes, there's been quite a lot of wind as well. You won't get any out-of-car noise in this.
Oh no, it's every bit of audio outside the vehicle is unusable, which is why we're all cramped together in here, because the wind is coming through here like it was basically a wind tunnel.
Yep.
It's it's been cold and bracing.
It's alright.
Bracing.
It's been nice and warm now, guys. I had to take my jacket off today. Oh, several times actually. Yeah. He's a big strong man, he can hope.
So on that level of, the thing that is, we're thinking about doing more of it. Like we would like to do more of it, and we would like to get a car and do it. So suggestions of what a good car to start this would be. We're thinking like Micra or KA, or
It's probably not what people are thinking is a good car from Motorsport. They were going to probably say things like MX-5,
Yeah.
Clio 182.
But then you go up in the big boy leagues, and
Yeah,
it's far more fun in the 1.4 litre max league.
yeah. So let us know in the comments what you think a good vehicle would be for us to do as a team vehicle.
Sub 1.4 litres.
Sub 1.4 litres, yes. So let us know, and with that, thanks for watching, guys. We hope you've enjoyed LMM's first foray into motorsport and finding out what Autosolo is.
And breaking my Starlet.
It's not broken, it's still fine. It's
And
just
waging
Wow.
war on
You-
phones.
your personal ventilation. You haven't damaged any of the bits you put on. If
Yes.
you damage the
I'm glad I'm wrapping it after this.
yeah, if you damage the wrap, you'd be really upset.
Also, only ever damaged the right hand side of the car.
Yeah, strange that. I would expect it to be the other side, like the left hand, where you're not seeing so much. But there it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Let's go. Oh god, there's no clutches there.
Have you ever driven an auto before?
Yes? I hope.
Not driven an auto before.